This quilt is called Trip Around the Block. It's made with 4-inch finished squares and 5 different accent color fabrics and a background fabric. There are no borders. It finishes about 62 by 84. I've revised this quilt tutorial because the original had a quilt in 2 sizes, which was a crib quilt and a lap quilt, but I needed a larger quilt for a twin size bed. So I've revised the instructions, and go to the link below this video to download the revised instructions to include all 3 sizes. And it would be helpful during the video if you had these instructions. And if you stay tuned to the end of the video, I will have some close-up pictures of this quilt. The instructions in the video show the original instructions, and it just shows the 2 original smaller size quilts. But you're going to use the same method and to piece the quilt. And this one, the revised one, is larger. It's in color and it takes 5 fabrics where these took 4 fabrics. So download these instructions and use these, look at these as you watch the video. And the first page has a diagram and it has numbers on it, and it's going to show you what order to piece the fabrics. So you're going to use this one is for the big one and that's for the small one. The second page shows you how many strips you need to cut, and these are going to be 4.5-inch strips, and then the number of squares you're going to need to cut from each fabric. Next, you're going to cut your squares. These are my background squares. This is fabric 1, fabric 2, 3, and 4. And keep the fabrics separate and keep them numbered. And we're going to start doing the rows now. We're going to be using the technique of piecing rows with numbered charms, and that's in a video, and I have a link for you for that video. And it shows you how to use these numbered charms to piece rows and keep them organized, and then to piece the rows into the quilt. So I'm going to start by showing you the first 2 rows, and you'll see that the rows are numbered, or the blocks are numbered, and these are the fabric numbers you're going to use. The blocks that aren't numbered are the background. And we're going to start in row 1, and we're going to start on the right hand side this time, and we're going to make stacks. So this block will be background, it'll go at the bottom, number 3 on top of that, and this one on top, and so forth. So when you have your stack, you know that the right hand side will be on the bottom and the left hand side will be on the top. To keep things in order, I'm going to place a piece of paper on here so I can follow the same row each time. So we start with the background fabric, then fabric 3, background 2, background 1, background 1, background 2, and try to keep them kind of stacked neatly. So that's 2, background 3, and we'll end with background. Then I take my number 1 charm, and I'm going to pin in the upper left side, and I'm going to pin all the blocks together. So there we have our row 1. Let's do row 2. Move this down. You can put a check mark here as you go, just for extra security. So this starts with number 3, background 2, background 1, now that is row 2. So we have our number 2 charm, and we pin all the blocks together. So there we have row 2, and you can just stack these up and continue doing the rows. There are 15 rows in the large size and 11 rows in the small size. Then after that, you just follow the instructions for piecing these rows together, and then piecing the rows to each other, and then you have a finished quilt. And so remember to subscribe and like and share with your friends. Thank you for watching.